Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman and welcome to a brand new week of Perfect 10. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and you're ready to give your brain its daily circuit training. Today, by the way, is no ordinary Monday. Today is the spring equinox, which marks the end of winter all across the Northern Hemisphere. Yes! So keep an ear out for some spring-themed questions later in the show. Perfect 10 questions, 10 points, all done in just 10 minutes. Once again, we're here from Monday to Friday with brain teasers, questions and puzzles that will educate, entertain and, all together now, irritate the hell out of you, possibly all at the same time. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe, like and follow on YouTube or wherever you're currently listening. And that way you can get the next episode in your feed as soon as it drops. Phew! Now, enough chit-chat. Are you ready to dive into a brand new week of Perfect 10? Yes? Then let's go. Question 1, as always, is your starter for a Perfect 10. The only wild monkey population in Europe can be found in which British overseas territory? Have a think about this, and maybe an easy point will be yours. Question 2, as ever, is our hearsay round, our sound round. You're about to hear a sound file that relates to a well-known phrase or saying. Put the sonic clues together and you'll have your answer. So, which well-known phrase or saying is hidden in these sounds?
After years of medical research, I should be the one to finally taste the remedy I have created. Oh.
Hearsay. What can you hear and what phrase do those sounds represent? It's quite a tricky one today, but I think you can do it. Don't forget, you can pause Perfect 10 whenever you like if you need a bit of extra thinking time. That is not cheating because we do go at quite a speed. Moving on to question 3 and Carol lateral thinking. So pop your brain into the lateral position and see if you can answer this. Which 3-letter word can mean a collection of items, a way of putting something down, the act of letting something dry, and somewhere a badger might live? Who knew a single word in English could have so many meanings? Got the answer? Answers from me, as always, after question 10. Moving on, and question 4 is our memory game. Quick reminder for our newcomers. Welcome to the Perfect 10 family, by the way. You're going to hear a short clip with lots of information packed into it. What you need to do is remember as much of it as possible, because I'm going to be asking you a question at the end based on what you've just heard. Okay? Now, they're football scores. We have made them up. They aren't real. They're fictional. But here comes the clip.
Doncaster Rovers 2, Colchester United 1, Swindon Town 0, Newport County 0, Northampton Town 3, Leyton Orient 2, Salford City 0, Grimsby Town 4, Sutton United 2, Bradford City 2.
Well, I hope you were listening there because here comes a question. Who won in the match between Salford City and Grimsby Town? Not the real scores, by the way. Don't panic. Do not panic. I haven't spoiled anything. The answer you needed was in the clip, but can you recall the information you need to answer the question? Questions 5, 6 and 7 are all part of a group we call the 3 Fs: frivolous, familiar and fun. Common knowledge questions about pop culture, everyday items and the world around us. And as it's the spring equinox today, they're all themed around the end of winter and the beginning of spring itself. So here comes question 5. At which ancient landmark on the Salisbury Plain do pagans and druids gather to welcome the spring equinox? Don't forget, you can get in touch with me at Perfect10Carol on social media and send me any of your own puzzles and riddles. There are lots of bonus questions, lots of bonus content on there as well. So hit follow and join the ever-growing Perfect 10 family. Time for question 6. What is the common name of the spring flowering plant Narcissus? Here's a clue. Wordsworth once wrote a very famous poem about these flowers. Well, how are you feeling today? Are you confident or a little bit wobbly? Here comes question 7. Younger than springtime is a show tune from which Rodgers and Hammerstein musical? Are you a fan of musicals? Well, if you're a fan of Rodgers and Hammerstein, then I bet you've just got a point on your scorecard. Round 8, 1 in, 1 out, where we change a letter in a word to create a new word. Which letter can you change in the word lamb, L-A-M-B, to make something all mammals have 4 of? Feel free to hit pause if you need thinking time. There are no time limits here on Perfect 10 because we crack on through the questions. Question 9 is called I Know This. It's those tip-of-the-tongue teasers that'll have you saying, I know this. So here it is. A kaleidoscope is the collective term for which creature? I love this question. You might not know it straight away, but with a bit of thinking time, you might be able to get it. And here we are, approaching the end of your brain training just for today. Just one question left to go. Well done. As always, we end with question 10. It's our daily riddle. An amateur British archaeologist found a hoard of gold Roman coins, all dated 81 BC. But no museum would touch them. Why? You think about how that question was phrased, and I think you'll know why. And that's today's Perfect 10. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions. And head on over to our social channels by searching at Perfect 10 Carol on Facebook, on Insta, and on TikTok. And there you'll find loads of bonus content, bonus questions every day to keep your mind ticking over until our next episode. Perfect 10, 10 questions, 10 points, all done in? Yes, 10 minutes. So let's reveal today's answers. Here they come. Question 1. The only wild monkey population in Europe can be found in which British overseas territory? And the answer is Gibraltar. Where they came from is still up for debate. Some scientists think the monkeys were brought by the Moors, who occupied Spain between 711 AD and 1492 AD. Others think they were a remnant of macaques that lived throughout southern Europe 5.5 million years ago. And possibly, some speculate, as recently as the 1800s in Spain. Question 2, as ever, hearsay. What phrase or saying was hidden in these sounds?
After years of medical research, I should be the one to finally taste the remedy I have created.
And the answer is that person was getting a taste of their own medicine. Well done if you got that right. Question 3, Carol lateral thinking. Which 3-letter word can mean a collection of items, a way of putting something down, the act of letting something dry, and somewhere a badger might live? That word, the answer is set, S-E-T. You can have a full set of items, you can set something down, you can leave something out to set, in other words, to dry, and a badger lives in a set. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the word set has 430 different uses, making it one of the most versatile words in the English language. Question 4, our memory question, where we heard the football scores, not the real scores, mind you, but I asked you this. Who won in the match between Salford City and Grimsby Town? And the answer was Grimsby Town, who won 4-0 against Salford City. Question 5, we're into spring, the 3 Fs. At which ancient landmark on the Salisbury Plain do pagans and druids gather to welcome the spring equinox? And the answer is Stonehenge. Built around 5,000 years ago to measure the seasons and the movement of the sun, Stonehenge is older than the Roman Empire, older than the Great Wall of China, and even older than the Great Pyramids of Giza. Question 6. What is the common name of the spring flowering plant Narcissus? And the answer is a daffodil, which has a Welsh girl I particularly love. Question 7. Younger Than Springtime is a show tune from which Rodgers and Hammerstein musical? And the answer is South Pacific. Younger than springtime am I. Did you know that to this day, South Pacific still holds the record for the most Tony Awards ever won by one musical? 17 Tony Awards, in fact. 10 for the original 1949 production and 7 for the 2008 revival. Question 8, 1 in, 1 out. Which letter can you change in the word lamb to make something all mammals have 4 of? Well, if you change the vowel A for another vowel, I, you get the word limb, L-I-M-B. And if you're thinking, well, whales and dolphins are mammals and they don't have 4 limbs, well, they do. They've just shrunk a little bit. Question 9. A kaleidoscope is the collective term for which creature? Very interesting one, this one. Feeling confident? I wasn't so confident when I read it out. The answer is, in fact, the butterfly, which makes sense when you think about it, with all of their amazing colours, a kaleidoscope of butterflies. And finally, question 10 was our daily riddle. An amateur British archaeologist found a hoard of gold Roman coins, all dated 81 BC, but no museum would touch them. Why? Well, you'll kick yourself. 81 BC means before Christ, and nobody in that year knew that they were before Christ, so it would never have been labelled 81 BC. So despite being gold, they were obviously fakes. So, did you score a perfect 10? Remember to subscribe to our podcast if you haven't already, and follow us on social media so you don't miss out on any of our bonus questions. It really is a lot of fun over there. Come and join us. We saved you a seat in the Perfect 10 family. Before I say goodbye, I'll leave you with today's anagram. Which British band can be found in the words stealth B? Stealth, S-T-E-A-L-T-H, B, B-E-E. It's an anagram of which band, Stealth B. I'll give you the answer to that in tomorrow's episode, along with a whole new day of questions, brain teasers, and puzzles. I am Carol Vorderman. That was today's Perfect 10, and I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a perfect day.